What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We finally have the studio pretty much set up. There are some new updates coming to the studio that is going to be a little bit different than the talking head area that you saw in the last studio, and that's because we now have a dedicated room, which is fantastic. But I wanted to go over where we are with the progress in the move, what we have planned, some overall updates for the city, and some updates for this room here. So without further ado, let's dive on in because I'm sure you guys are curious what we've been up to. All right, now, forewarning, I'm a little sick right now. I don't really know why. A lot of people around me have been testing positive for COVID, which is really unfortunate. So I'm hunkering down and just gonna work on building the space out. But if I sound a little sick in the video, apologies, I'm trying to do my best. But anyway, this is the new studio space. And what it is it's a room on the top level of the house that we just got. And it's a little hot up here, but overall it's a lot better situation than the garage that we were in previously, just because of the overall sound. There's carpet on the ground, so it's a little less echoey than where we were before, and it's gonna allow for hopefully better talking head shots like this. Now, the studio itself will be similar to what you guys saw in the last place. We've got the shelves behind us, and we'll do some, various builds back here and kind of have those on display. The lights over here will also be included. If you guys remember from our last videos, I have them off right now. They're gonna be on in our next video, which again, I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But the overall goal is to kind of carry through what we had going on at the last place, but just a little bit better over here with some new visuals and lighting. Now, speaking of lighting, there is something really cool that we're planning for the city coming up, and I did want to touch on it and give them a shout out. If you guys have heard of Blinky Bricks, and I'll leave a link to their website down in the description below, but they are awesome. They are basically little LED lights that go inside the bricks and they help illuminate your city. Now, I know that there are a lot of competitors out there, but these guys have been extremely helpful over their customer service. They've been very knowledgeable about what would be best for our city. And the goal for us is to actually make our airport light up in the future. We have a new area of the city that we're planning out that'll be our entire airport build, and the goal is to have it actually illuminated by their lights. So really excited to be working with them to get this thing set up, and can't wait to show you guys when that's all said and done. So, what do we have planned for upcoming videos? Well, this weekend we're gonna drop our first video that's been shot in here, and it's gonna be a review of these two new Speed Champion sets. Really excited to take a look at these. There are some new parts, and although they're 8 wide, I do think that they're really cool builds. So we're gonna explore those in depth, and I'll give you an honest review. That should be dropping on YouTube tomorrow, so keep an eye out. Now, as for the city build, which is going in the garage, a couple updates there. So as you guys know, we were kind of deciding between doing custom built wood tables or doing the IKEA tables with the wood on top, which is what we had in the previous room. After much debate, literally weeks of debating and planning it out on Adobe Illustrator, we decided to go with what we've done in the past, and that is the IKEA tables for a couple of reasons. For starters, even though we're going in the garage cement is not perfectly level. It does slope downward to get rainwater or water out of the garage. It is sealed, but the sealant is a little bit rough, and it does create little areas that are at a different level than the one that would be adjacent to it. So the nice thing about the IKEA tables is they come with leveling feet that you can unscrew and screw in to make the table sit flush with the cement. And for that reason, it just felt a little bit more stable than if we were to build our own tables. The other issue with building tables in a garage that is slanted is it really locks in where you put those tables, and you can't actually move them in the future. Because theoretically, if we were to level those tables, the legs of the tables would be leveled to whatever part of the garage that the table was built for. So in the future, if we wanted to rearrange things and move things around, we wouldn't actually be able to do so because we would have to re-level all of the legs. And that's where the IKEA ones also kind of had an advantage, because if we were to move them around, not only are they a lot smaller and lighter and a little bit more practical for moving, but they do have those self-leveling legs, so it allows us to then adjust them to be in whatever part of the garage we want. Again, the garage is about double the size of our last room, and because there aren't any doors in areas, it's actually gonna be about triple the city layout, which we're really excited about. And we want some flexibility in the future to kind of move different areas of the city around and adjust accordingly as we build it out and figure out the best layout. We have landed on a layout that we think is gonna work really well. And again, it's taken about a month to kind of come up with this layout. So I really do hope this is the one that sticks. We'll see. But it's basically an assortment of IKEA tables, and there's gonna be the city like you guys saw before, and it's gonna transition into new scenes, which again, we're really, really excited about. As for the airport that I mentioned previously, that's gonna be on its own little island. We're gonna do a full airport build, or at least what we're able to. It's on a table that's about 4 by 8 feet. So it should be a pretty good amount of space for a dedicated airport area. Trains are also gonna be involved. We're gonna have a whole train layout, and we're gonna have some seasonal changes as you kind of move throughout the city. So that should be really cool to all put together, and can't wait to start ordering some bricks to make this all happen. Now, some other things about the garage that we're trying to figure out. A lot of people have mentioned kind of dust, debris, weather concerns, all that kind of stuff. Well, luckily in Southern California, we don't have a lot of thunderstorms or rain or other, significant weather activities. We have earthquakes, we have wildfires, and we have extreme heat. So let's kind of go backwards from that. So extreme heat, what are we gonna do? Well, that's probably just something we're gonna have to suffer through. We may try and see if we can do like a portable AC unit in the garage, at least for that area of the garage. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but it's just a thought. So I guess I'll get back to you on that one, but we may just be kind of building the city in tank tops and really light clothes whenever it's summer months. Okay, what about wildfires? This is actually my biggest concern. We do have a lot more wildfires nowadays with climate change and everything going on out here, and the smoke and ash from the wildfires are really starting to hit close to home. 2 years ago, we had ash literally raining from the sky in Orange County. It looked kind of like a blizzard. And not only is it gonna be tough to keep that out of the main house, but I think the garage is gonna be even tougher. So what we've done is we ordered a product called Zip Wall, and I've never actually used it myself, but if you guys have, I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below. But the goal is to basically create like a dust and debris buffer in the garage, especially when an event like a wildfire happens. We can set this up really quick and it'll protect the city. So that's the goal there. As for other weather, yeah, we do have earthquakes, but in Orange County and specifically where we are, we're not in what they call a liquefaction zone. So the earthquakes around us should be pretty minor. Fingers crossed, we'll see. So hopefully that's not too much of an issue. And then outside of that, other concerns are spiders or pests in the garage, which may come in, especially during the colder months. So we're probably gonna buy some like spider traps and whatnot on Amazon just to kind of fix that. But that is pretty much where we're at. We have started laying down tables. We're kind of cleaning and dusting all the city and anything that broke during the move. So we're gonna try to start setting things up, as we start feeling better, and hopefully give you guys a city update video sometime early next month, but that's still a little TBD. So hope today's update provided some clarity for you guys and gave you some updates of where we're at. Stay tuned tomorrow for the video about our honest review of these two sets. Really looking forward to it. But outside of that, hope you guys are all doing well and can't wait to show off the city. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.